When you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing you think about? Is it your race? Your gender? How about something else that makes you different? The answer is probably not. You get out of bed and start your regular day as a regular person. Yet when we meet someone for the first time, we use personal identifiers to make judgments about who they are. Is this something we all do? Is this something you do? Is it human nature to stereotype? And more importantly, how can you reach your full potential when a stereotype that you fall under hurts you from success? I feel like this episode is important. Often we use personal identifiers to base our opinion on other people, and that's clearly superficial, but it's human nature. And as our species evolves, so too does our individualized belief system about each other. Transgender, ginger, 1%ers, Scientology, hijab, fat, white privilege, disabled, poor, Republican. Ever hear any of these words before? They are words that are simply labels that have been sensationalized across the world and been driven into our psyches. And before we dive deeper, I want you to remember, people are people. Now before you start disrespecting in the comments section of this video, remember that this video is not about these labels. In fact, we need to care less about labels and more about the person inside. But that's a whole other video. The goal here is to A, acknowledge that we all shit, breathe, cry, and want love, that we want to be accepted, and B, that our labels don't define us unless we let them. Unless you let them. And this is where I want to chime in, whether you let a label define you. If I allow the fact that I'm a visible minority in Canada with an uncommon name who immigrated from England, wait, you don't have a British accent, whose parents were born in East Africa, wait, you aren't black, whose ancestors were born in India, okay, that's what I thought, and that I'm left-handed, sinister. If I allowed these labels to define who I am as a human being, I would be put in a constant state of insecurity and be unable to escape. Whether I'm being judged on those things or not is irrelevant. It's up to me to decide that those labels, whether they're good or bad or whatever, they're not going to define me and who I'm going to be in this world. I probably wouldn't be on camera right now if I was worried about it. I probably wouldn't even be talking to you about this. Yet we do it every single day. We let society sensationalize these labels. Then what is worse is that as people, we allow these labels to affect us. Then even further, we let labels determine how we treat other people. This is when insecure people who judge you based on labels win. They win because they're empowering themselves at your expense. But let them. It's time to think bigger. There will always be prejudice and judgment in this world based on race, gender, sexual orientation, etc., etc. But it is up to you to be more than just your label. It is up to you to strive for more and to be proud of who you are. See, it is very easy to blame others. Have I been rejected for something because of my race or because of my unusual name, jobs, dates? Most probably. But I also know that there are good people out there that accepted me for those things, for jobs and dates, because of those things, because they embraced who I am. It would be very easy to let labels define who we are, but that is the easy way out. It is much harder in this day and age to believe that there is truly good in every single person. And you can call me naive, but it is my world to put whatever label I want on other people. So I choose to see the good. Refuse to let a perceived judgment of you define who you are. Realistically, I know true equality does not exist, but it is time to set us up on a path for a world where we all belong, each and every one of us. So even though we aren't all equal, I want you to feel equal. Sounds like a hashtag. Yes, hashtag feel equal. My name is Riaz Sidi. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.